Let's talk about the Common App and all of the different categories in the Common App and also how you're going to be using the Common App. So, first, when you're signing into the Common App, the first thing that you should be doing is doing a college search to insert all the colleges that you want to apply for. And then, once you found the college that you want to apply for, let me see, like Loyola Marymount, for example, you click on add college, and it should go directly to your dashboard. So the dashboard shows all the colleges that you've inserted in the Common App, and then under My Colleges. So this is where you're going to have to click on each college later on when you're ready to apply, and each of the colleges have their own questions. And be careful because some of the college has application and writing supplement section, but then some of the college has the writing section under application, so it only shows one. So be careful on that. So an example is Cornell, they only have application right there, but then for Babson, they have application and writing supplement. So that's something to be careful, is that each of the colleges has their own questions, and the questions might be different comparing to other colleges. So you really have to be careful in terms of answering the questions. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll also ask you for first concentration and second concentration. So this is where you can do your first major and second major. So that's something to keep in mind. And then under activities, if you want to upload your resume, this is the place to go for. Some colleges, they don't allow you to upload a resume. So in that case, you can't really upload a resume because it's not a part of their question. And also some colleges have a extracurricular activities description or work experience that you can elaborate. So if you have that, you can elaborate here. And this is going to be different than the supplemental question of the essay itself, which we can go over that later. Under recommenders, I don't have access right now, but you need to insert your secondary or high school, um, the name of it, and the country that you're applying from. And that's under the education section of the Common App form. So once you fill that in, this is where you can insert your teacher's name, as well as your counselor name. And also sometimes the college will have an optional recommenders, because typically you need a counselor report and then two teacher recommendations. And then sometimes they'll ask you for optional recommendation. For optional, it's not required for all students, but if you want to insert it, you can. And that's typically, it could be a coach, or it could be someone that you worked with before during internship. So most likely it's outside of academics, but if you have another teacher, then you can. But most likely it's outside of academics. And then under the writing supplement, under questions, this is where all the essay questions are for the supplemental question of each university. There are some universities where it doesn't have, so it only has questions, right? So everything is under questions, even the writing supplemental. But you have to be careful because sometimes the writing sub the category of the Common App is, it's a bit weird, where it doesn't ask you about, if you click on writing, right, it doesn't have a writing supplement, or it looks like it doesn't have a writing supplement. But if you click on academics, you do have to choose one first before the writing question comes out. Let me see. So if you click on, oh, right there. So the writing supplement at the bottom comes out right after you insert the school that you want to apply to. So then the question of the writing supplement will show up right there. So that's something to be careful on, is that some university in the Common App, things might not show up until you click on certain things, and then it shows up. So I can explain to you more about what other ones to be careful on later in the Common App form itself. Other than that, yeah, so just be careful when you're clicking on a certain university, that they might have a certain question that you have to answer, and that question might be more questions than other universities. And then some of, like NYU, for example, it asks you what is your primary campus of interest, because they have 3 locations. So you do have to insert your primary campus of interest. And then if you want a secondary campus, you can, but if not, you don't have to. So that's something to keep in mind for schools like NYU. And let me see. Going into the Common App form itself, everything should be straightforward in the beginning. Just personal information, your address, contact details, your demographics, um, your language, geography, nationality, Common App Waiver. This one most likely it's a no unless you can get your. It's for students in the low income community who needs financial aid to pay for the application fees. So majority are of course it's a no. But if it's a yes, then you have to ask your counselor to help you click on yes, because the counselor report will have their own section of the Common App Waiver. So they have to explain why you need a Common App Waiver. And then it goes to family, it goes into your parent, sibling. It also asks you where your parent goes to school for university before, and that's where it helps them. It helps the university to see if your parents are an alumni of certain colleges, and if they are, some colleges give a bit of higher preference. So that's where you insert it. Education, that's where you go to school right now. So questions about that. And then also it asks you if you have ever taken a coursework at a college or university. This one, it's a coursework at a college that gives a college credit. So if you go to a summer school and it doesn't have a college credit, then it's not a college coursework. But if you go to summer school and they give you college credit, it is a coursework. So that's where you can insert it. And then you can insert if it's a summer program, dual enrollment with high school, but most likely it's summer program. And then you insert which college from what date. Going to grades, you have to say approximately how many people are graduating from your class. And then if your school has a reporting, it could be exact reporting. So that's like 1, 2, 3. It could be decile reporting, so top 10% rank. You can ask your counselor to see if they can, if your school doesn't rank, but let's say they have a percentage of a top 10% student, let's say, you can ask your counselor to also explain that in the counselor report so that you can put it as 10% here. So that also works. GPA, the cumulative GPA, if you have a cumulative GPA, you insert it. But with students that doesn't have a cumulative GPA, you can just insert 0 or NA. So that's where you insert the cumulative GPA. And then it could be weighted or unweighted. Under current or most recent courses, this is your current course that you're taking in high school as a senior. So that's where you insert it, the course name, all the schedules. So everything is there. Honors are basically awards. So if you have any academic achievements, so awards in any academic environment, academic setting, you can insert it right here. Community-based organization, it's 0, most likely, unless you get a free assistance. Future plans, if you can, make sure that the future plan relates to your major, so that it links to your major. So yeah, just make sure that it links to your major. And then the highest degree you intend to earn, it could be bachelor's or master's. It depends on what you want, or MBA, but that's where you insert it. Under testing, this is where you insert all of your SAT scores, ACT scores, AP scores, IB subject test. If you already have an IB subject, you insert it here, but that's for people who have taken the IB subject already. So under testing is where you have taken these tests before. So TOEFL is also here, Duolingo now also appears here. Under international applicant, if you're an international student, they ask you if you're taking a leaving examination. So these are A-level students, IB students, or national curriculum students that have a leaving examination. If you click on yes, it shows up as secondary leaving examination. So this is the funky part about the Common App. If you click on no, it doesn't show up right at the bottom. If you click on yes, it shows up. You click on it. Once you click on it, depending on your examination board, it could be IB, it could be A level. Click on that. this is where you insert the number of exam that you are going to be taking, the date taken or will be taken. That's where you can insert the date that you are going to be taking it. And then under actual or predicted, if it's predicted, you click on predicted and then you click on the score. For those who will not get predicted score from your school, you don't have to insert this form. So you can just leave it out as blank, or you can just click on no under international applicant. But I would say click on yes, but then insert all the subjects, and then probably just click on NA or zero, or not zero but NA for the predicted score. So those are the two options that you can do. Under activities, that's where you will insert up to 10 activities that you get to do. And when you insert the activities, it is by position or leadership description. So if you're a co-founder, you insert it there, and then also the organization name as well. Actually, the organization name should be at the bottom. So organization name is at the bottom. That's just the position and leadership description at the top. And then at the very top, you have to categorize each of the activity. So there are a lot of categories. So just do your best in terms of like inserting the category in the right area. And then description of what you have accomplished. The maximum characters is 150. So 150 characters is very short. It's only like 2 or 3 sentences. And then you have to, if you can, start the sentence by describing the activity in an action verb type of format. So created, led, organized, things like that. And then participation grade levels, that's what grade you were involved in, timing of participation, hours spent per week, and weeks spent per year. It's also there. Intending to participate in a similar activity in college, it could be yes or no. It doesn't matter too much, I would say, but yeah, it could be yes or no. Under writing area, this is where you have to insert all of your essay, not all of your essay, sorry. Yet this is where you insert the personal statement essay for the Common App itself. So once you write it down, you can just copy and paste it here. And then under additional information, so this is kind of like where the important part is. So there is a new section now about disruptions during the pandemic. Do you wish to share anything in this topic? You can say yes or no. Um, at the bottom, you may use the space below to provide any additional information that you wish to share. So this information is actually good to describe any links that you have that's related to your organization. So you can insert the website, you can insert the Instagram. You can also insert like scores that you took. So for students who took IGCSE in 10th grade, you can insert your score here, but preferably your counselor will also submit it in their counselor report. If there is any grades that you want to discuss about, you can also insert it here under additional information. Under additional information, though, it's not a place where you expand on the description of your activity. That's why they have the activity section of the Common App. But it is where you can insert links, or you can insert anything that's relating to your grades that you want to provide additional information. So that's where everything will be under. Courses and grades, sometimes the colleges will require grades that you have to insert for all the courses that you've taken in high school. So that's where some colleges will require you to insert that. But let's say for early decision, you want to already apply, but the college does not require, then you can already submit it. But if the college require, then you still have to insert your courses and grades for each of your grades in high school. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, so that's about it. So hopefully that helps. Good luck with the application.